Alright, this is my first time recording commentary for a video, and making a kind of short video tutorial to show how to do dire Maul East without really using many consumables. The main consumable we'll be using is just this nature protection potion. They're really cheap. You can get them for around 70 silver on my server. This is white main. Another consumable you're going to want to have, but you often won't need to use, is strong anti-venom. These are a little more expensive, but kind of want to use these should your ice block and cold snap be down in certain circumstances. So we'll kind of cover that when it comes up. I just finished a run, so I'm just going to reset, and we'll go back in and show you the route. This character is a miner and herbalist, so really efficient farm for a mage of that type. This one, you know, this mage was basically made to farm this place. Right. You can pull this or grab this herb, as you can see, without aggroing, so always worth it. I like to come around the side here. I'm going to check for herb spawns over here, so there's none. And now it's just a matter, we're going to pull 3 packs of lashers, but need to wait for this to patrol to about, once this turns around, then we'll be able to pull this pack way over here, and this pack all together. You do want ice block up for this. It'll make it a lot easier. So pull this last one with counterspell, ice block right about here. Reason to do it here is to avoid pathing issues around these trees and so on, and also keep out of the way of these trees. If they aggro you, you're going to be in trouble. So I missed the flame. I had to cancel my flame straight there. Started casting a little bit too late. You want to cast that with 4 seconds left. It's not a big deal. You can just AoE this way, but it's just a little bit slower. And slightly more dangerous, but not really in this case. You spend a lot of time looting these lashers. The reason I kill them is mainly because I'm trying to also make gold while doing this. So sort of the purpose of this farm is to make, you know, both gold and getting the arcane crystals I actually need to use on my warrior, which is my main. This character is an alt, but so mainly my focus right now is just getting the arcane crystals. Yeah, so that's most important. So I will be skipping some of these packs of lashers and so on, even though they're, you know, they are quite good money, and I could go ahead and grab them. It's just for time. You know, to save time, I'm going to be leaving like this pack, for example. There's one way in the corner, another one right over here. But yeah, not too important right now. At this point, I usually switch over to mage armor because it's going to be good for the bosses. Kind of the next target we're looking for is going to be a boss. Need to make sure not to aggro that. Okay, looking good. Make our way over to Hydro Spawn. There's a patrolling enemy that goes potentially out to here. Here it comes right now. I'm going to try to dodge him. It's kind of difficult. Okay, so yeah, just barely dodged him. If I did aggro him, this is a reset spot, and it's a good one to remember. Basically hop up on that rock there, so you can hop up to this. And you can even reset Hydro Spawn right there if you need to, which you probably will sometimes. Okay, we'll just wait for him to start patrolling back. You see I have Onyxia buff on. This is extremely valuable and something I try to get before I start a farming session. It's really going to help keep my mana up and do more damage on these bosses. Because I am using an ignite spec. Right, so the main thing here, you want to keep him bouncing. between the upper and lower levels. So now he's up. Need to avoid any spells. As he's coming down, right, and let him come back up. And you just kind of keep repeating this cycle of kind of juggling him and avoiding his spell casts. So he comes over, I just do it like that. So I was got a little greedy there. Not the end of the world if you get hit by those, but you just want to make sure. This is a big problem. It is possible to recover from that, but sometimes you get knocked into the other mobs there. That could be a wipe. One thing you can do if you know you are going to get hit and there's no time to avoid getting hit by that his cast ability there, if you face yourself kind of into the water rather than towards the mobs or towards the edge here, he will knock you in the direction you're facing essentially. I could evocate here, but I'll just show you that even wanding is an option if you need to. Especially at these lower hit point levels, he's moving so slow that it really doesn't matter. So this is basically the best blue that he could drop, because it's worth over 5 gold to the vendor. And sometimes he can drop, say, essences of water, which is really nice. One thing to watch out for is there can be a chest spawning here. Sometimes it's locked, which I won't be able to open without engineering. But sometimes it's not locked, and in that case I would say that it's worth it to kill. You can basically gather up this whole pack along with this whole pack in the distance. It's useful to drop a thornling seed at your feet and then an ice block shortly after to gather them all together. And then you can AoE them down, basically using Flame Strike, Cold, and kiting them in circles like you would generally do as a mage in many places. As long as they're not hitting you, you'll be safe. They do quite a bit of damage though when they do hit you, so be careful. Okay, so we're going to move up to the next boss. The reason we kill these two bosses is because you can't actually proceed to kill the final boss unless these two bosses are dead. I'll show you why in a little bit. You don't want to kill this patrol, and there's potentially another patrol coming up as well. If you do run into the other patrol, you're going to need to finish him off as well. So as you can see, one of the reasons to take herbalism is for these ghost mushrooms, dreamfoil, as well as out in the courtyard, and the Grom's blood as well. Sometimes is worth quite a bit. It's really variable on my server. This guy's pathing really weird. The other patrol that I was telling you about. Good. See, that's one of the reasons you like killing these guys. Felt cloth. My server, probably more like 1 gold 80, between that and 2 gold right now. Alright, so as we move up to the next boss, we'll make sure that our mana's doing okay. Get the dampen magic up. Uses an ability called Sacrifice, where it's about a 1 to 1.5 second cast, probably 1.5 second. And if he hits you with it, he's gonna teleport you up kind of to his altar, which he's standing in front of right here. Now, as part of the strategy for killing him solo, we actually bring him downstairs to where Hydra Spawn was just killed. And if he lands a sacrifice, you'll be teleported up to here to this altar. You'll be frozen, and he'll probably do like maybe say 2,500 damage to you, up to 3,000 maybe, as well as heal himself. So, you know, you can ice block out of that, or you can just eat it. As long as you have a shield up, it actually doesn't hurt too much. You're gonna want to avoid trying to land. Try not to avoid or land on this area here, because he'll actually evade, and his health will reset quite often if you do that. So it's worth it just to take that bit of falling damage. Just kill these frogs because it's something to do while I'm waiting for him to come down and level up my staff skill. Okay, so you want to make sure he's kind of on the side, because he can chain these imps. Notice I'll stop my casting. You're only going to want to use Scorch on this guy. Scorch and Flame Blast. And as soon as he starts casting, you got to kind of watch his cast bar at all times. As soon as he's casting, move out of the way, stop your cast, or you'll be sacrificed. I'll probably just take a sacrifice during this video just to show you what kind of damage it does. It's not great to have this, to take this magic damage from the Shadow Word Pain at the same time, so we'll see. Okay, keep juggling him. Most of the pre-raid BIS kind of gear levels, you should be able to do this even without evocating. You probably want to use a... I'm just going to go ahead and finish him off here. Don't really want to take a sacrifice. Mana and health's kind of not really at a great level. So even at not very good gear levels, you should be able to kind of do this exact same thing. My gear is not particularly good. This, like I said, it is an alt, so kind of pre-raid BIS stuff. A couple pieces out of MC. I got the Staff of Dominance. Illusionist Wraps from ZG. Put Stam on those. This is from Emperor. Put health on that. You know, quest reward. It's all pretty common stuff that's not very hard to get, which is good because it's kind of hard to gear a mage in today's environment. Okay, so with that boss down, we can move to the final boss. This is a good time to pop our nature protection potion. Which is going to aid us with mitigating the damage from one of the dots that he throws on you. Not sure where that patrol went to. Okay, so again, this is the reason we killed the two bosses in the interior, as it will activate the dialogue on this big guy, and he's going to go ahead and knock down the door to the final boss for us. And now it's just a matter of avoiding these patrols. Well, there's quite a few safe spots. So where he stands is a safe spot. This area right here is a safe spot. This this is a safe spot. Kind of all in this area. It's all safe spot. There was the thornling packs that were here that we've cleared, the lasher packs rather. This area is dangerous. That patrol does patrol right over to here, but this door is already open, so we'll just go ahead and go inside. Okay, refresh dampen. So I am doing this commentary live, as you can probably tell. It's definitely an unusual experience for me. Usually just kind of chilling and solo farming, but I thought I would kind of record this video and put it up there for anybody who's interested. Because a lot of the guides actually show you that you should use invisibility potions for this farm, but it's not really necessary. Although it can be a time saver and help. And there's an alternate way of doing it, where you run along, after you've finished what you need to do with the boss, you kind of run along this wall and up along this ledge to reset all the mobs that are aggroed at the end. But I'm not going to show that method. I'll be just showing a different one that I hadn't seen it anywhere else, so I thought maybe it'd be worth it to record it. So I open up a fire blast, fireball, and another pyroblast. Because there's time. He kind of patrols out of your range, so that's the reason I use the pyroblast there. That's the reason that we bring these anti-venoms. If he lands 2 more of those innervates on us. Okay, normally you obviously want to avoid getting knocked up like that. I'm surprised. I think that was some weird thing with leeway that allowed that to happen, because he really wasn't very close to me. There's a mana jam. Here's a good time for a fireball. Just timing kind of works out that way. Now we're trying to get him to, I'm not sure exactly what the percentage, maybe 33%-ish. And we're listening for imps to spawn. Once the imps spawn, we basically won the fight. Okay, there we have it. Stay up here. Wait for them to go way over there. Then hop down, blink, and just walk right up here. Alright. Use your evocate. Gonna need some more mana. And what we're gonna do is actually kill these mobs. But what we need to wait for this fell lash. Sometimes it's a death, sometimes it's fell. It needs to go back to its starting position. Same with this fell lash over here. We're going to wait for one more reset cycle of these minions so that he goes even further back. Okay. That might be enough. I'm going to actually wait one more reset to see if he goes any further. Yeah, that was worthwhile. Okay, so you hop down, start AoEing these guys. Okay, so see how now they're dead, and these guys are evading, so they're going to also reset. There they go. So combat's dropped. Safe to walk out here now. And get your mines, and hopefully you get an arcane crystal. Or 2. You're going to find that most of the time there's 2 veins here. Oh, that's not the one you want to see. And usually it's not uncommon you only get 2 hits off each vein, so it can be frustrating at times, but if you keep to it, the drop rate I'm finding is the 3% that's stated on Wowhead. This place, drops just like anywhere else. Alright, so we didn't get lucky that time, just a large opal. Okay, well I hope that helps some of you people out there, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.